Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Hey, we're back on the Mark 10, fixing a leak on the lower end. It's looks like the gasket needs to be replaced. So I'll show you what we got going. It's actually called the transmission cover plate. I got removed here. I'm going to turn the camera around to show you. This is what it looks like in the book. And right here, it's called a paw spring, okay? That's important to make sure you get the paw spring back in there, because that holds everything together as far as the neutral paw and the reverse paw, okay? I'll show you what that is once I get it clean. Right now you can't see it because it's all covered with grease. I can show you what the paw spring looks like. It's still stuck to the cover. It's not supposed to be on the cover. It's supposed to be over the retainer, okay? And the springs keep a load on that to keep them where they need to be. We're going to take the spring off of here. It's just stuck on there with grease right now. It just came off with the cover. So we're going to take that off, get this all cleaned up. Let me turn the camera around. I'll show you what it looks like on the motor right now. It's all, see the gasket? So I'm going to make a new gasket. I got gasket material that we're going to get, you know, there's holes here that are plugged that probably aren't supposed to be plugged. This is the shift rod, okay? We're not going to do anything with that. We're just going to clean everything up and put a new gasket on and put the paw spring back. Might have to put some grease on it just to make it stay in place when I put the cover back on, but see if that'll fix the leak that we're having with the grease. So when you put the grease in the lower end here, the screw that comes out, when you pump that grease in, which it's a 105 lubriplate, it's really thick white grease. When you pump it in, it comes out up here, okay? And the screw on the plate, that's your vent hole right there, okay? And it's got the gasket still on there. Mercury 60 horse too for the drain plugs. So I think I can get a little bag full of them, so that way I have plenty for future use. So what I'm going to use on this, good time to test out the old super clean grease dissolver, okay? So this looks like a good place to use it, and on the cover, and we'll get it all cleaned up. I'll get ready to make a new gasket for this thing. Alrighty? Alright, well, I got the paw area, neutral, reverse, whatever. I got all this area cleaned up. I got the paw spring, got it all cleaned up with the bearing in the middle. It goes right up against this these paw arms inside there, and goes up against the side here. But we'll give it a good shot. That super clean worked pretty good though. It got most of it off of there. There's still some stuff in there I have to scrape off yet, especially before putting the new gasket on. I want to have that nice and clean here. So I'll take my knife and really clean it up real good. And then I got to make a gasket. I have the old gasket, and I got enough of it that I could probably make the new gasket out of it. Here, let's see. It goes like that. So I gotta get this part here. So, yeah. I think I got enough of it that I should be able to make a new gasket. Make sure I have these 3 holes open for the screws that go back in there. Okay, we're going to get a nice close-up of the paw levers here, and also the the paw spring. So let me put my flashlight on the subject here. So here's the shift lever here. See how this moves in and out? Okay. And see how this one moves also? But they're two separate things, right? So the spring that goes in here will go up against this one, this leg. There's a little notch right there. And then on the one up above, there's a little area there that the other leg of the spring fits on top of it. So they work independently. So that spring, that's why this spring is independent. Okay. I got some more cleaning to do on this before I put the stuff in there, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to attempt to do. Let me show you here. So this spring can actually consist of two separate springs, a bushing in the middle, and then a pin that goes all the way through, okay, that holds everything together. So you got 4 separate pieces on here, okay? So you put this in there, like so, and you can push it in, right, like I'm doing, but see how it pops out? One side or the other. So in other words, to get this thing in there so it will stay is not all that easy. Maybe if I put just a little tiny piece of paper on the top, that'll make it so it, when I push it in, it'll stay. And then the paper will dissolve, you know, after it gets grease in there. The main thing is having these springs so they're working in here. So if I have something on top of this pin to kind of help hold it in there, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So I think that's the plan, because right now it's a little too slippery and it'll just pop out of there before I even get the cover on. When I put the cover on, I want it to go on once and that's it. So like I said, I got some more cleaning here. See that? Get that stuff off of there. Yeah. So I have a little bit more cleaning to do here. It's interesting. It has a hole here though, but the gasket covers it. And there's a hole here and the gasket covers it too. Huh. Alright. Let's get the camera out of here and I'll show you the rest of it here. So what I used is this gasket material. Victor Wren's, okay, and that's the number of it there, JV 127 3157, okay. So anyway, you want to know what I used, and it's fuel resistant too, just so you know. So you can use it for this, you know, it's heat resistant and fuel. So it's good for carburetors for one, so it should be good for water too. Alrighty, so anyway, I got the new gasket on there, and the way I did it is I cut out the piece of gasket that covered this area, and then I went over it with a hammer and tapped on it, which gives you an outline on the other side, and then you cut it. Use the ball peen end for these circles, and that comes out good. I probably could have used my leather punch if it was went up to this size. I don't think it goes up that big. So anyway, just tapping on it with the back of the ball peen hammer. I got this area here defined, and I just took my time and just went around and cut it with the X-Acto blade. Okay. And that worked, and then I was able to get it off. And then I used a gasket maker and just sealed it between the new gasket and the transmission cover. And then I put something over the top of it to sit for a little while for it to bond to it. And now this is ready to go back on. But like I say, I got some more cleaning here too, and I want to put some lubricant on this, you know, the shift shaft, and spray it down a little bit, you know, with something. It's threaded, so it's adjustable, but it's all rusted up. Has like a little slip pin here. You can pull it out and pull that lever back. Yeah, looks pretty good. Here's the screws for the cover. They're pretty rusted up. They need to be cleaned. But I'm going to be painting this whole thing anyway, and all this stuff's going to be wire brushed and put some preventative rust stuff, whatever you call it. This is getting kind of worn, you know. Be good to get a new plug for it. I could probably dress this up and put a nice new slot in it, you know. Might do that. I might not be able to just go find another plug for it. So that's the plan. So I'm going to get it cleaned up more, get this thing ready to go, get the paw spring in there against the paws, neutral paw and the reverse paw. Get the cover plate on, get the screws back in. I think I'll open up the lower plug and shoot some more grease in it until it starts coming out in here. Then I know I'm good. The next step after that is take it out for the lake test. I got to put the prop back on. And I'll put it in a barrel here to just make sure it's, you know, running good. It should. Now that I got the coil wire fixed on it, I should be running on both cylinders, and this thing should run like it did last fall. Ready to put on the boat and try out. All right. So I got the cover on. I don't have the vent plug put in. I got the paw spring on there, but I'm going to take it apart and show you what I did. We just got back from vacation, so I was waiting to get home to do this, to finish the paw spring video, and that way I could load it this week for you all. Alright, let's take this cover off. Okay, I'm going to get a flashlight here. My nose is running. Sorry about that. I just had a sneezing attack. Allergies. Okay, so what I did, I just tore off this is just a scrap piece of gasket here. What I did is I just tore off a couple pieces of gasket and put it in between the spring that's up against this wall here. I just I put some underneath that and put some underneath the one up above here and pushed it in, and it's staying in there. Put some light on it here so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just put a little gasket underneath that spring there and there, and that's not going to harm anything. That keeps it in place so it doesn't come out, and then you can put the cover on with the gasket.
And that should work. Okay. Screw gun should put it down pretty good. Okay, that screw tip, I probably could get a better screw tip on it, but yeah, that'll work. And then I'm gonna get some new vent gaskets, plug gaskets. I'm gonna get some new ones and replace these, replace the ones on the Mercury 6 drawers too. Alright. So you like the video, please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell. And if you like, give me a like. Let your friends and family know about my videos too. Thanks.